Excel Tutorial 2, pages 78 to 81. I need you to read page 78. It's really important. If you do not understand how to calculate net profit and loss, or what it even is, then when you go to do your homework, you won't be able to do it. You know, in the tutorial, it tells you the formula, but when you go to do your homework, a lot of times it doesn't, and it expects you to know how to do it. Well, this is one of the things you need to read and understand to be able to do your homework and create your formulas correctly. Okay? So read that. And then we're going to click the Sales Report Sheet tab. And then we're going to go to the top of page 79. Click cell C6. So there's C6. Type the formula equals sum, open parentheses, C27 through N46. C27 through N46, close parent. Always look up and read it back to yourself. Make sure you don't have any typos. That's going to calculate the total gross sales from all stores in the previous year, and then press your enter key when you're done. Cell C6 displays 9,514,000, which means that Big Red Wrap's total gross sales for the previous year were more than $9.5 million. In cell C9, enter the formula equals C6 minus, open parentheses, C7 plus C8, close parentheses. Don't hit your enter key until you carefully read it. Equals C6. I do it too. Minus C7 plus C8. Close parent. Press your enter key. Alright, that calculates the current year's net profit or loss, which is equal to the difference between the gross sales and the sum of the cost of sales and operating expenses. Cell C9 displays $1,108,000, right? Oh, again, they're giving us check figures. Be sure you use them. Which means that the company's net profit for 2015 was more than $1.1 million. Copy the formula in cell C9 and paste it into D9. So this is C9. Copy to D9. Paste. Remember to get rid of the dancing ants, press your escape key. Okay, so we did a copy and a paste. And cell D9 displays $1,264,000, which means that the company's net profit for that year was more than $1.26 million. Okay, again, to copy what's in any cell, you click on the cell, you right-click, which gives you a selection menu, you click copy, then you click the cell where you want to put it, and you right-click and you pick paste. That's all there is to it. Pretty simple, right? Okay, read the little paragraph on the middle of page 79, and then we're going to go on to calculate the per store statistics. In cell C16, so here's C16, enter the formula equals C6 divided by C23. Okay, always look up, equals C6 divided by C23 to calculate the gross sales per store in 2015. The formula returns, press your enter key. Right there, do I have it right? I do. $475,700, which means that the annual gross sales amount for Big Red Wraps was $475,000. In cell C17, C17, enter the formula equals C7 divided by C23. Equals C7 divided by C23. See, that's why you always look up. C23 equals C7 divided by C23. To calculate the cost of sales per store in 2015, the formula returns a value of, did I get it right, $168,700? Yep. Which means that the cost of sales for Big Red Wrap store in 2015 was typically $168,700. All right, in cell C18, enter the formula equals C8 divided by C23. To calculate the operating expenses per store in 2015, C8 divided by C23. Okay, and that returns a value of $251,600, which means that's the operating expenses of a typical store in 2015. All right, in cell C19, enter the formula equals C9 divided by C23. C9 divided by C23. Do I have it right? Here we go. That's the net profit or loss per store in 2015, and it should return a value of $55,400. In cell C21, enter the formula equals C11 divided by C23. C11 divided by C23. Calculates the units sold per store in 2015 and returns a value of $67,200. If you have any of the, if you're going along and you don't get it right, just hit undo and try it again, okay? And you can back your video up a little bit. All right, in cell C22, enter the formula equals C12 divided by C23. C12 divided by C23. To calculate the customers served per store in 2015. Okay, the formula returns a value of 7,770 customers that were served in a typical store during the year. All right, copy the formulas in the range C16 through C22. Okay, so we're going to C16 through C22. And we're going to right click and copy. And let's see, where are we going? To D16 through D22. So literally right next to it. And paste. Press your escape key to get rid of those dancing ants at selection and deselect. See figure 2-8. And use the figures in the textbook to check your figures and make sure that they match. I'm doing the same thing right now. Okay, always use check figures when you have them. You want to find your errors as soon as you make them and not 4 or 5 pages down the road. All right, on page 80, read that little brief paragraph. Again, very important because it explains how we're going to calculate the percent of change. To calculate the net and percent changes for 2015 and 2014. In cell E6, so here's E6, notice it says net change, enter the formula equals C6 minus D6 equals C6 minus D6. Do I have that right? Okay. And that's going to give you 1,900,000 gross sales increase. In cell F6, we're going to take the percentage of change. Okay, it's highlighted in yellow. So be sure you read it carefully and read the little yellow box on the side because a yellow is always some sort of warning in your textbook. In cell F6, enter the formula equals, open parentheses, C6 minus D6, close parentheses, divided by D6. All right, let me stop and take a look. You always stop and look and make sure you have it right now. Equals C6 minus D6 divided by D6. Okay, and that is going to give us this big long number, and that's fine. We'll fix that in a little while, which is about a 13% increase. Next, you'll copy and paste the formulas in cell E6 and F6 to the rest of the sales data to calculate the net change and percent change from 2014 to 2015. Select the range E6 to F6 and then copy the selected range. Click cell B24. Whoops, don't click cell B24. If you did what I just said, okay, we'll just stop. Press your escape key and do that again. I skipped a step. We're going to select these two cells and we're going to copy. Okay, and then we're going to select the non-adjacent range, E7 to F9. Okay, so E7 to F9. And remember, to use a non-adjacent range, we have to hold down our control key before we touch anything else. So control, and then select E11 through F12. So control key, and then we're going to go E11 through F12. Keep holding that control key down, don't let go. And then E16 to F19. So here's E16 to F19. Don't let go of that control key. E21 to F23. Okay, E21 to F23. Now you can let go of that control key. And now right on top of here with your mouse touching it, we're just going to right click and hit paste. Press your escape key to get rid of that selection of dancing ants right there and deselect. Okay, you're going to check figure 2-9 on the top of page 81 and see that your figures match exactly what's in the textbook. And I can't talk and do it, but I am. That's why I can't talk, because I'm checking mine as well. So sit here and go through each one, looking at the top of page 81, figure 2-9, and check and be sure that all of your figures match. And I think I have a mistake. If you have a mistake, you're just going to, no I don't, stop and fix it. Okay? If you need to pause the video and do that again, you can rewind the video and try it again. I think all of mine are correct, so I'm going to move on to the bottom of page 81. So read this little paragraph right here between figure 2-9 and the work we're going to do on 81. And then let's go to calculate different subtotals of the gross sales. Select cell O26. Okay, so here's O. And we're going to go all the way down to 26 right there. Check your name box, make sure you're in the right cell. O26. In all caps, we're going to type the word total and press our enter key. Now O27 is the active cell. If it's not, make it so. On the Home tab in the Editing group, so Home tab, Editing group, click the Auto Sum button. You'll see the selection, it's correct, and you're going to press your enter key. If we click back onto cell O27, we're going to see that it has a formula right up here in the formula bar, you can read it, which says equals the sum of C27 through N27. If yours doesn't say that, you need to fix it now. Okay, and the value that's returned is $355,000. All right, copy the formula in O27 and paste it into O28 through O46. Okay, so we want to copy this formula and we want to paste it into O27 through, did I say O46? Excuse me, O28 through O46. So select and then paste and then escape. Got it? Select cell B47. So here's B. Scroll down to 47. Type total in all caps as your label. Press your tab key. So our active cell should be C47. If you pressed your enter key, then just click in cell C47. It doesn't matter. Now select the range C47 to O47, C47 to O47. On the Home tab in the Editing group, Home tab, Editing group, click your Auto Sum button and then press your enter key to calculate the total sales for each month as well as the total sales for all months. For example, cell C47 displays $680,000, indicating that that's the monthly sales for January of 2015 for all stores. Select cell O4, basically just says deselect. Okay, Now, you've got all that done. Go ahead and hit save, and we're ready to move on to the next video.